Hey everybody, Portable Bobby here. This is the way I see it. I want to thank my subscribers. I want to ask you to hit the like button and leave me comments. If you're not a subscriber, I'd like to ask you to subscribe to my channel and watch a video. Leave me a comment. I try to answer all comments. My PayPal information is in the link below if you'd like to support this channel and help me grow. It would be greatly appreciated. As I've said many times, Michelle from Forbidden Information and I have partnered, and we're going to go to D.C. In late August and early September for a few days to talk with some senators and congressmen from both sides of the aisle. So we've already got some appointments set up with a couple of senators and President Trump's spiritual advisor. So we do have some appointments already set up and are confirmed. So we're looking forward to going there, but it's going to be a lot of money, and neither one of us can afford the trip by ourselves. So if you'd like to support us and help us get to D.C. for this pro-life conference, it would be greatly appreciated. Today I want to talk a little bit about something besides abortion and child abuse. I wrote this yesterday, part of it, and the rest of it today, but since I wrote this, a lot of things have changed. But I'm going to stick to my guns, and I'm going to go by my script, and want to try to give you a little news. The latest on U.S. and Iran. That's going to be my topic. Top Democrats are worrying that President Trump may cause a war. They're saying that he needs authorization from Congress before he launches any military action against Iran. Chucky Schumer said he was afraid Trump may bumble into war. Well, Chucky Schumer, I have not seen our president bumble anything. Granted, he says a lot of stuff on Twitter that you don't like and the other Democrats don't like. But I'm going to tell you, I'm happy to see his tweets every time he tweets. So yeah, I don't think he's a bumbler. I think he's a planner. He's a very smart man, Chucky Schumer, and he's got your number. Pelosi said Trump should do everything to de-escalate. I guess to her, he needs to de-escalate the tensions with Iran like Obama did. You know, Obama, I'll get to him in a minute. I'm going to stay on this subject. President Trump had an hour-long briefing with Dems and Republicans, and he laid out his plan, and evidently his plan changed. But creepy Uncle Joe Biden says President Trump's strategy is a self-inflicted disaster. Never mind the disasters from the Obama administration. Since President Trump withdrew from the Obama-Biden nuclear deal after giving Iran billions of dollars in cash, but we're still in history. And you know, there was no agreement ever signed for all that free money. There was nothing ever signed. We just automatically trusted Iran. We didn't need to go in and inspect their nuclear facilities. We didn't need to harass Iran. We had a Muslim president, and he was backing Iran from the very beginning, along with other Muslim nations. President Trump says Iran made a big mistake when it shot down a U.S. drone over the Mediterranean. They said it was in international waters, but Iran says it was over their sovereign airspace. So, who are we going to believe? We're going to believe the commander of the fleet in the Mediterranean, or are we going to believe Iran and their lies? Trump says he's not going to tell them what he's going to do, but they'll find out. Well, a senior military official in Iran did not shoot down that drone. It wasn't a rogue general like the news was talking about. The news has to come from the leader of Iran. Orders can't be given willy-nilly by a general without the approval of the Supreme Commander, who is the Ayatollah. So I don't believe that it was a rogue general who shot down our drone. I believe it was a planned attack, hoping for a response from the United States. You know, the commander of the U.S. Central Command Air Forces disputed Iran's claim that the drone was over Iranian airspace. President Trump said that Iran has made a very big mistake in shooting down a U.S. drone. President Trump approved a military airstrike against Iran for shooting down this American drone, but he called off the attack after planes were in the air and ships were in position for the attack. It's unclear if Trump just changed his mind on striking Iran, or maybe there were other reasons that he called off the strike. The Pentagon has refused to comment on this decision. But you know, I don't know why President Trump called off that attack. I know that people like John Bolton and others in his circle were very upset that he called the attack off. I'm not saying that we need to start a war, but we need to do something to curb Iran and their aggression. I mean, let's look at it. Ever since the USS Abraham Lincoln has been in the Mediterranean and the Persian Gulf, we've had 2 cargo ships mined, and even one of the ships who hit 2 mines, and 1 mine did not explode. It was stuck in the hull of the ship, unexploded. And people, this thing was huge. I'm telling you, it was huge. And I don't understand why the Iranians were allowed to send one of their fast boats to this tanker and remove that mine. Why were the Iranians allowed to remove one of their own mines from the hull of this ship that did not explode? Well, I'm thinking that they did it so that no one could look at that mine forensically and determine that it was an Iranian mine. But let's don't be deceived. We know it was an Iranian mine. But I still don't understand why Iran was allowed to send their fast boats in there and retrieve this mine that didn't explode. It just doesn't make sense to me. There's a cover-up here, and I don't understand why Iran was allowed to carry it out. But it doesn't matter. We know Iran bombed these 2 cargo ships. We also know they've been harassing other countries on the high seas and in the Persian Gulf. But we just sat idly by. Trump drew a red line in the sand. Well, Iran has crossed that line. Iran has crossed that line a couple of times. And as of yet, nothing's been done. But you know, the commander of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard said, Iran has sent a clear message to America. We do not want war with any country, but we are ready for war. People, they're not afraid, or at least their words say they're not afraid. And I really don't think they are. I think they're just that crazy that they would love to go up against the United States. But people, it's not going to be a ground war. And it may not even be a war in the skies. I fully believe that Iran has a nuclear weapon. I truly believe that. But you know, this statement from Iran makes it clear that it was not a rogue general or any loose cannon. It was the leader of Iran who gave the go-ahead to shoot down that drone. These generals and people in charge of the military can't make a lot of decisions without approval from the president and the Ayatollah. So they knew that this attack was coming because they had approval from the Ayatollah to do this attack. This attack on the drone was intentional, and I really believe it was hoping that the U.S. would retaliate and maybe start World War III. I believe in my heart, thanks to Obama and Biden, Iran already has nukes and they already have a way to deliver them. You know, the Iranians told the U.S. a couple of weeks ago that if they want a war, they can have it. But they also said that they have the capabilities of taking out an entire fleet of ships with one missile. People, there's only one missile that can take out an entire fleet. That's a missile armed with a nuclear warhead. So are they posturing? Are they trying to scare President Trump and Congress and the American people? No, I don't think they're trying to scare us at all. I think they're sticking their finger up their nose at us because they do have a nuclear weapon and a means to deliver it. You know, we all know that Obama gave billions and billions of dollars to Iran in cash, on pallets, delivered by U.S. cargo planes. We've all seen the pictures of those pallets on those cargo planes that Obama sent to Iran. You know, after he gave them billions, he never tried to slow down or stop their nuclear program. He never fought to have inspectors go in and inspect to make sure that they weren't enriching uranium and adding to their stockpiles of heavy water. You know, Obama wanted Iran to be a nuclear power. At least in my heart and in my mind, that's the way I see it. He helped the Iranians to achieve their goal. He sent them money to escalate their nuclear program. He made sure that nobody bothered Iran. He made this great nuclear deal knowing full well that Iran would never comply with this deal in the first place. And tell me this, how can you have a nuclear deal between countries if there's absolutely no treaty signed between them? No paperwork was signed for this Iran nuclear deal for Obama. Nothing was signed. I understand why Trump did away with that deal. It was a terrible deal. Obama knew full well what he was doing when he did it. Because we all know that Obama is nothing but a liar and a con man, a deceiver of the masses, a Muslim and a homosexual. At the very best, that's what he is. He was an American president for 8 years. He was never a president. Obama's life has been a lie from the very beginning and a con job on the American people. Obama proved his loyalty to the Muslims over and over again. Thanks to Obama, we now have parts of the country overrun by Muslims, brought here by Obama and his administration. You know, Obama let Muslim hordes in willy-nilly. You know, they were let into the U.S. by the hundreds of thousands, and they weren't even vetted. Nobody vetted these Muslims. They were refugees, fleeing ISIS, fleeing war. So Obama just opened these doors and said, come on in, you're welcome. Just like he did on our southern border. Obama intended to destroy America from within. And he was well on his way to doing that. Had Hillary became president by now, we would not be the United States of America. We'd be the United Socialist States of America. And that's plain and simple. There's no other way to look at it. It's time to open our eyes and to realize the evil and the cruelty and the deception that came from the Obama administration. And now we have his vice president as the front runner for the demon rat nomination for president. People, this is a joke. It's a joke from within. But people, it's scary. I'm going to tell you, these demon rats, they're smart. They know exactly what they're doing. They're all in it together. It's all planned. There may be one or two deviate from the plan and have a little spat between themselves in these debates, but I'm looking for these debates to be nothing more than a Trump bashing rally. That's all it's going to be. You know, thanks to Obama, we have 2 Muslims in federal government, making it un-American to be an American. They call for change in America, and their change is socialist change and Sharia law. We also have a woman-beater Muslim as governor of Minnesota. Tell me, how did a woman-beater Muslim become governor of Minnesota? Well, I'm going to tell you why. And I'm going to tell you why these 2 Muslim women are in our Congress. I believe one's a senator and one's a congressman. But you got these 2 Muslims in there, and they're there just because of Obama and his policy of bringing Muslims in from the Middle East by the thousands and thousands every day. Most of these Muslims congregated in certain parts of Minnesota and Michigan, as well as other parts of the country. But these were the 2 main groups of Muslims who took residence in America. And what happened was, they came in hordes. They came in by the hundreds of thousands. And the people who lived in these certain districts just moved out. Gave them their houses. Well, they probably sold them. But it doesn't matter. What happened is, entire voting districts were taken over by these Muslims that Obama and Biden brought in with a free hand to destroy America from within. You know, these Muslims need to be voted out. And I pray for American patriots to do just that. When these Muslim terrorists are up for re-election in 2020 or 2022, whatever it is, we need to vote them out. We need to see them gone from our government. They're nothing but a cancer, trying to spread socialism and lie, anti-Semitism, and socialism. We can thank Obama for allowing these Muslim whores to take control of parts of America, as well as allowing all these people to come in. You know, during his 8 years in the Oval Office, I would venture to say he had more immigrants come into America than ever before from Muslim countries. Obama failed to destroy America, but he did shoot several arrows and they hit their mark. And it's caused America to nearly crumble because of his corrupt presidency. Thank God for Donald J. Trump defeating Hillary Rodham Clinton. Because if she had won the presidency, we would have had another 4 years of Obama. And I'm going to tell you right now, if by some miracle, which will never happen, if Biden were to ever become president, or any demon rat, Obama's policies and his presidency would be allowed to continue. All these Democrats want to do is get elected so they can keep Obama's policies and ideals in the forefront for the American people, because they want to destroy America from within. You know, Biden's going to be defeated even if he gets the nomination from the Democratic Party. Any demon rat who is nominated to run against Donald Trump is going to be defeated soundly. There's not even going to be a battle. I believe Donald Trump, our president, is looking forward to a running fight with the Democrats' nomination for his job. He's going to be there another 4 years. There's no doubt about it. Patriots will stand up. We're going to come to the polls and we're going to vote. We're going to keep Donald Trump in another 4 years. People, I don't understand everything Donald Trump does. He's made a couple of decisions that I don't agree with, but he is the President of the United States. He didn't get there by being an idiot. He didn't get there by being stupid. He didn't get there by lies and deception like Obama did. He got there because the American people believed in him, and he believed that he could and would make America great again. And he has. He has changed this country more than any president ever in history. He's done more in 2.5 years than any president ever did in history. He's keeping his promises. He's doing what he says he was going to do. Sure, I would love to see him do more on the child trafficking and the child abuse and abortion. I would love to see him do more on that. But I know he's a busy man. I don't have any idea of all the things he has to deal with every single day. It has to be hundreds of decisions every day that could affect each and every one of us Americans. So who am I to call out our president? And I'm not going to. If he were to attack the Second Amendment or the First Amendment, or actually any amendment rights given to us by the Constitution, I would have a real problem. But as of yet, I have not seen that from our winning president, Donald J. Trump. He's made a couple of decisions I don't agree with. But there again, he's president and I'm not. So neither are these demon rats. So really their opinions are nothing but rhetoric. It's fodder for the demon rat base. You know, they got to put Trump down every single day. That's been their agenda since day one. Impeach, 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 imprison. Let's redo the Mueller report all over again. Let's spend another $30 million and another 2 years investigating the investigator who investigated the investigators. People, this is how the demon rats work. They want to make everything about them and nothing about the American people. They are so hell-bent on taking down this president that they fail miserably to do their job. The demon rats have always failed miserably to do their job, but now they are doing absolutely nothing to help this country. I don't understand how demon rat supporters can look at this and see this and hear all the stuff that they're doing, all their lies, their deceit, their cons. People, I just don't understand how people cannot see straight through these demon rats. We all know that these demon rats are pro-abortion no matter what. And that in itself should tell a God-loving American who claims to be a Democrat that they don't belong in the demon rat party. If you believe in abortion, that's where you belong. If you believe in giving away everything, free health care, free food, free housing, then you're a demon rat and you're evil. It's just that simple. You have an evil heart. Any person who could support murdering an innocent preborn child can have no heart. They are soulless. They have given their soul over to Satan. And people, there's millions and millions of them. But you know, the Bible said that there would be a great apostasy in the last days. And apostasy is nothing more than falling away from your God. And today in America, I believe that more and more Americans are falling away from God. That's how they can support these demon rats and their crazy agendas. But people, God is good. Keep praying. Pray for our president. And pray for each other. Pray for America. Let's keep America great. Donald Trump has done his job. He's winning and he's winning and he's winning. Let's keep the faith and stand strong in support of our president on anything that he does. Like I said, he is our president, and he knows much better than we. But I pray that God's hand be on the shoulder of Donald Trump. And I pray the Holy Spirit will whisper in his ear and keep him forever doing the right thing for we patriots, for Americans, and for this country as a whole. People, I went a little long this morning. Got to where I'm doing that a lot lately. My name's Deplorable Bobby, and this is the way I see it. Pray for our children. Pray for the exploited and the trafficked, the abused, sexually abused. These children are the least, the last, and the lost. Pray for those children in the womb, that the person carrying that baby in their womb will not seek an abortion and end that child's life by murder. Like I said, pray for each other. Pray for me. Pray for this channel. And I'll talk to you later.